Welcome back, everybody. I'm Sassy Pants, wife to Matty the rancher, and I'll be your storyteller today. Welcome to Adventures with Sodak Pete, stories that celebrate the hard work, the big hearts, and wide open spaces of ranch life. Out here, every day is an adventure, and we hope that each and every one of you listening today can imagine yourself as little Sodak Pete, learning the ropes, getting your hands a little dirty, and helping out where it counts. So grab your boots and tip your hats, and let's see what today's adventure has in store. Sodak Pete, sweet corn on the ranch. It was a late summer morning on the ranch, the kind that starts off soft and quiet with sunshine spilling across the yard and the smell of pancakes filling the kitchen. Matty, Pete, and I were gathered around the table talking about the day ahead while Millie snoozed under Pete's chair. Matty took a long sip of coffee and he grinned. "Reckon it's a good day for sweet corn," he said. "We'll pick, eat, and freeze a bunch today." Pete's blue eyes lit right up. "Oh boy, I love sweet corn," he said, almost bouncing in his seat. Matty chuckled. "It tastes mighty fine now, but just think how good it'll be this winter when the snow's blowing and we can pull a bag out of the freezer. Pete nodded big. "That's gonna be real good." After breakfast, they gathered up buckets, bushel baskets, and old gloves. Matty backed Old Gray around by the barn, and Pete loaded up the baskets on the flatbed. Millie jumped into tail a wagon and ready to go. The sweet corn patch was about a mile from the ranch yard, tucked near the edge of the hayfield. The rows stretched long and green. The tassels were swaying in the summer breeze. "Let's get to picking," Matty said, tugging his hat down low, ready to go. By late morning, the back of Old Gray was starting to fill up, getting a little mound of corn cobs. The crew headed home for dinner, bellies rumbling. I had the food ready: meatloaf, fried potatoes, and of course, some fresh sweet corn. We sat at the table, butter nearly dripping down our chins, grinning and licking our lips. "Nothing beats sweet corn right out of the field," Matty said, wiping his mustache clean. Pete nodded between bites. "This could be the best corn ever," he said with a huge grin. After dinner, it was back to the field. The sun hung high and warm as Matty and Pete filled every last basket they had. Pete got to practice driving Old Gray a bit, moving it forward every so often, making a few loops here and there as they picked along the rows. He took it slow and careful, proud as he could be. Matty smiled just watching him. When Old Gray couldn't fit another ear, they rumbled back home, the truck bed piled high with golden corn. When they got back to the yard, Pete was excited. He was using his hands and telling me all about his driving practice. I said, "You know, Pete, my siblings and I used to practice driving just about like that when I was your age. My grandparents and our family would be out picking corn, and Grandpa'd wave me in when it was time to dump more corn onto the back of the picket. Then off I'd go again, looping around the field, making circles and learning how to drive." Pete laughed. "That sounds real fun." "It sure was," I said with a grin. "Some memories stick with you forever." We all set up by the corral to start shucking corn. And let me tell you, there was a mountain of sweet corn to shuck. Husk after husk, pile after pile. The air smelled fresh and sweet, and the corral filled with green husks and silky strings. Pete peeled the husks off fast, tossing them over the fence where the cows and the horses nibbled contentedly. Millie kept an eye on things, her tail swishing happy. "Look at all this good corn," Pete said proudly, dropping clean ears into a big bowl. I got the big propane turkey cooker ready on the porch. One by one, the ears went into the boiling pot. Steam rose up and the smell of sweet corn filled the air. We had a lot of cobs to cook and cut. The table on the porch was covered with trays and pans. Matty cut corn off the cob with steady hands. Pete worked hard right beside him, and the cut corn just kept piling higher and higher. "Look at that pile," Pete laughed. "We're going to have corn for days." I measured about 3 cups of corn per freezer bag, wrote today's date on each one, and stacked them neatly, ready for the deep freeze. By the time the sun started to set, we had all of the corn cut, bagged, and in the freezer, and the ranch yard was quiet and peaceful. Matty laughed, rubbing his stomach. "I don't think I could eat another bite of corn today." "Me neither," Pete said, flopping into the porch chair beside him. So we grilled a few burgers, watched the stars fill the sky, and sat together, tired, happy, and thankful for the work that was done, the fun we had, and the good Lord who made it all possible. Thanks for riding along with us today. Pete and I hope you join us on our next adventure.